cruising through the wonderful state of Oregon. Yeah, a lot of mountains, a lot of hills, a lot of curves, a lot of turns. We're on what is this? I-84 West, and just cruising, man. I don't know. We got about 325 miles to go before I stop, basically, to get some fuel for the truck. As you guys can see, you see that line right there on the screen? Yeah, wonderful. So that's a crack in my damn windshield that developed, and I had to turn the heat on on the defrost on the windshield. All of a sudden, that crack popped up. Yeah, great thing about with the cold and the heat combined and stress, and yeah. So next time I go home, I'll have to replace my windshield. Maybe, maybe not. There we go. Sorry about that. Through the mountains here, the signal kind of fades in and out. I forgot about that. But hey, hoozle. There we go. Better slow down for this corner here. Oh, this is a tight one. There we go. Came in a little too hot on that one. There we go. Trying to give you guys a nice road shot. Anyways, yeah, we're just cruising along, chilling out. We got an early start this morning. We've been on the road for 2 hours. My time is 10 o'clock right now. Local time is 7 o'clock in the morning. So local time we got rolling about 5 o'clock in the morning. Wanted to get a little earlier, stayed up a little later last night. Oh yeah, by the way, also I'm hoping I got something to help with my data crap. So maybe I can do a little bit more live streaming of some video games and such online out here on the road. Um, I got myself a what's it called, a jetpack, a Verizon jetpack. I got the prepaid account one because according to some websites and all that kind of stuff, there isn't supposed to be any throttling down of speed, other than the fact of if the tower's congested, that kind of stuff. I may get slowed down that way, but no matter how much data I use, it's not supposed to throttle me down to 600 kilobytes like my phone does. Hotspot. So I'm hoping that works. I played with it last night a little bit. I don't know if it was or what, but the speed I wasn't impressed with it. With the download and upload speed. But at like, I was actually downloading a game, downloading Battlefield, 200 kilobytes a second, right up to 1.5 megabytes a second, around 1 o'clock ish. I don't know if that's because some of the uh, what the hell? Sorry, I'm paying attention to these curves here. These curves get you. I gotta be slowing down. But yeah, I don't know if it's speed up because some of the traffic was lighter on the towers and such. But we're gonna keep an eye on it. We're gonna see how this jetpack works. If it works, awesome. I'll be able to do more streaming of some video games. Maybe some streaming, a little bit of Farm Sim, World of Tanks, such like that. And I'm trying to get. Here's the thing. I downloaded another game, and a lot of you are gonna be like, "Oh my God, Demon, did you really?" And the answer is, "Oh my God, yes, I did." I downloaded Fortnite. I don't know why. Well, I know why. I want to kind of get into the first-person shooter games because I really enjoy Apex, but I suck at it so bad, and so I kind of I want to try a couple different first-person shooter games to try to train myself into playing better, aiming better, and all that kind of stuff. Um, so yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. It could end up very ugly for many, 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 many games. Um, I'm hoping not. I'm hoping I catch on pretty quick with it. I used to play first-person shooters back in the day. I used to play Combat Arms. That was an online first-person shooter game. I used to play that until it just got overwhelmed with hackers, so I stopped playing it. Um, there was another one I played. I can't remember what the hell the name of it was. But I mean, back then it was, that was, God, I don't know, 3 centuries ago or whatever the fuck. I mean, it was a long time ago. Uh, and it was different. It wasn't as hard. I don't know. I guess. I mean, it's not like the games nowadays, the FPS games now. It's it's pretty intense, man. It's paced and having to hit multiple keys on the keyboard to do different things, like boom, 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 boom. Like real quick type of deal. And I'm hoping that's if I practice and hit it kind of hard with the first-person shooters, I'm hoping that will come to me. A lot of people say that what is it called? Memory, hand memory, or something like that, or whatever. It'll get easier. It'll get better as it goes on. Um, I see I got a couple likes. If you guys are typing in the thing, I can't read it. I can't see it. I'm using my phone right now, and my phone's actually turned at an angle that I can't really see it all that well. Just to give you guys a shot of the road and these canyons that I'm going through, or whatever you want to call it, through the mountains here. Oh, got turned. Yeah, a lot of these times they say 65 mile an hour, but when you're driving a semi truck, that's more like 60. I'm still on that John Deere load, guys. I got that one drop off in Colorado. I got 2 drops out here in Oregon. One over here by Portland, and then one going up to Astoria, Oregon. Then I got the final stop up there in Washington, just south of Seattle. I'm hoping to get these 2 drops off today here in Oregon. I'm going to kind of be pushing it for miles and hours. Hopefully I got the hours to get these 2 drops off, and maybe get a couple miles down to get out of the area to get to a truck stop or even a rest area or whatever, because I'll be out of hours pretty quickly after that. I think I'm from my last stop in Astoria. I do believe I'm only 100 and some miles away from my final, and I don't even have another load yet. That's what's really sad about this. I don't have another load. Sucks. Usually, especially coming out here to Washington, there's not a whole lot of loads out here in Washington to be too picky about. Uh, my coordinator called me the other day and said, "Hey, I got a load that just came across the board, picking up in Kent, Washington, going out to, where the fuck was it? Des Moines, Iowa, I think it was. And it was like 2,000 miles, and for only like 25 or 2,600 bucks or whatever the hell it was. It was like $1.29 a mile." And I told him, I said, "No, I don't think, I think I'll pass on that one. We'll wait to see something else comes out." That's pretty damn cheap freight. It had 2 drops on it. Can't remember where the first drop was. And if you're only going to pay me 2,500 bucks to go 2,000 freaking miles, I mean, especially with 2 drops on it. Yeah, I don't want your cheap freight. Something like that. Coming out of Washington, I don't usually take anything less than a buck 35. And that's about what the average is coming out of Washington. I mean, you got to think about it. I'm coming across all these mountains out here, and to go 2,000 miles, that's going to cost me about 1,200 bucks, give or take, in fuel. So if you're only paying me 2,500 bucks to do the load, 2,000 miles, that's 4 days, 3.5 days travel. If you bust your ass, you can get it done in 3 days. But so then you got to figure in my expenses, my trailer rental. I rent the trailer from the company I pull for. And then my permits and all that kind of shit. I mean, that's another, for 3 days, for 4 days, let's say, that's another 100 and, let's just say 150 bucks off the top right there. So, I mean, so if I got 12, that's 13 and a half out of $2,000. It's, that doesn't leave a whole lot to going into my pocket. So hopefully we'll be able to get something a little better. Hopefully, but we'll see what happens. I think when I stop to get fuel here, depending on my time, it's telling me I'm going to get there about noon at my first stop. So kind of wanted to look at the load board, see what kind of loads are out there for tomorrow, but I'm not exactly sure on the time that I'm going to get unloaded. So I kind of want to get these first one and see where I'm sitting for the second drop. And it'll kind of give me an idea of when I'll be able to get up to Washington to drop the final drop. I'll be able to, have a better idea of when I can pick up the next load. I'm hoping that I'm going to get something on Friday, because I really do not want to sit over the weekend out there in freaking Washington, man. That'll suck so much. It's going to hurt my bottom line. And I only got a couple more weeks before I go home to take a week off. That's the other thing. I should be, for those that want to know, I should be getting home. Oh, hell. Somewhere around the 24th. And I'm going to stay at home for about a week. It'll take a little time off. I got to get my windshield fixed. I got to get my yearly DOT truck and trailer inspection done. So I'm going to, take that week off, hit it hard on the video games and such, on my nice computer at home. Be able to do more of the, of course, of the face cam too. I don't have my camera on the truck to do the face cam, nor do I have a green screen on my truck. Who wants to see my dirty ass truck? I tell you, my truck right now is pretty damn cluttered. So much shit all over in this truck right now. That's the other reason why I got to get home, because I'll tell you what, this truck needs a cleaning. But yeah, I'll be getting home, gonna get on the fast computer, full chooching internet. Ah, it's beautiful out here in Oregon. There's a couple states in our country that I really, hands down, that I think are the most beautiful states. Oregon being one. Oregon, I mean, I'll tell you, man, if it wasn't for the winters out here, I would probably live in Oregon. I mean, these mountains, these rolling hills and everything. It's very beautiful out here. Then the other state that I really love going through, but only during the fall. I love it in the fall, and that's West Virginia. You get up in the mountains through some of the smaller canyon roads, and in the fall, man, the leaves. Oh my God, is it beautiful up there? Yeah, that's those are the two states that I really think are two of the prettiest states in the country. I can't remember what road it is. There's a road out here. It's a main highway. Um, there's cliffs off on the side, and there's literally waterfalls, small waterfalls coming down. I'm betting this time of year with the snow melting in the mountains and stuff. I'm betting that looks pretty. They got some pretty good flow coming down. I bet that looks pretty neat. Damn near wash your truck going through there because of the spray. Hey, there's that truck that left the truck stop. He left the truck stop, God, probably 25 minutes before me. It's a super sleeper. That'll be my next truck, super sleeper. Gotta have that room in the truck. So yeah, so I also did, with the whole internet issue and everything else, I had called an RV place. Um, I'm not gonna say what RV place I called. Then I could give free advertisement or whatnot. Anyways, I asked them about the satellite TV and internet. And I asked them, I said, is there any way that you can get the internet with the satellite TV? And I guess you can't. There's no satellite TVs for like RVs and such, the mobile satellites that you can get internet with. So I was kind of bummed out, but that's when the guy I was talking to, he was a sales guy there for the place, and he turned me onto that jetpack idea. He said, "You know what I do?" And I guess he does streaming, video gaming, and shit like that too. Um, he said he went and got a jetpack. He got rid of his hotspot off his phone and just runs out the jetpack. And yeah, he's the one that actually told me about it. But then I did a. He also did say make sure you get the prepaid, not the post pay plan. Get the prepaid plan because according now when I did my research on Verizon with this jetpack idea, now back in 2017, I kept running across articles from other people and crap like that about them being slowed down on the jetpack after 10 gigs. And one person was like, yeah, I had the jetpack for like 2 months, no problems, high speed, used 106, what do you say, 126 gigabytes of data in 2 months' time, never got slowed down or anything. And then all of a sudden, he said after the 2 months, his data got slowed down to 600 kilobytes, and Verizon kept giving him the runaround and everything else. And happened to there was a lot of reports from a lot of customers about that. So then I came across this consumer report website, and it's not the actual consumerreport.com or consumer.com or whatever the hell that one's called. It was a different consumer report website, and I came across an article. They did, and this was back in 2019, I believe it was February. Verizon had changed their plans, and one of the biggest ones was with the jetpack because of all the complaints and everything else that Verizon had gotten, and all the misleading that a lot of the sales reps, were telling customers and such. And then this website confirmed this information with Verizon, with one of the higher ups in Verizon. I can't remember the department, but it was one of the higher levels of Verizon. And he had stated that yes, on the pre-plan for the jetpack, there will be no hard throttling of data. The only throttling you may get is because of congestion on the tower. Okay, I can live with that. That happens on my phone, with my data on my phone as well. So, I mean, I can deal with that. That ain't no big thing. So then the article went on and confirmed it with, they stated having thousands of customers' reports returned to them that they also have not experienced any hard throttling when going over 50, 60 gigabytes a month with the jetpack. So I'm crossing my fingers on this thing, man. I really am. I'm hoping this thing will work the way I want it to and be able to give me more data, uh, more of an ability to do some more streaming online when I'm out here on the road. Um, Sorry for the shake with the whole camera thing. I mean, I got to get me a GoPro, guys, so I can do this a lot better, but I'm using my phone for the live stream. Phone just does not have the stabilizing camera in it. But yeah, so like I said, I'm hoping that this whole freaking jetpack thing will solve a lot of my problems. And if it does, man, props to Verizon, man. You know, I'm really going to keep an eye on this thing and really watch that data usage. Now, I used it all last night. I downloaded an update to World of Tanks, which was 500 and something megabytes. Uh, Also was finishing downloading um, Battlefield 5, and I was checking my data usage on it. There's a little website link that you can go and check, and it still says 10,250 megabytes out of 10,450 megabytes. You know, that little slash, because it tells you what you've used and what your total is. Um, so that hasn't changed. So I'm hoping all is good. Now, my other issue with it, now I can look at this website. I can see what it's receiving for signal and what it's transmitting. And like at 1 o'clock last night, it was receiving like, God, I don't know, 100 and something gigabytes, right? I do believe it said gigabytes. I'm gonna look at. I can't look at that one. I had to look at it on the website. But anyways, it said it was receiving like 140 gigabytes or whatever the hell it was, right? And then it said it was only transmitting like 14 of that. Now on my computer though, when I was downloading, I was only downloading at a speed of 1.5, anywhere from gigabyte or gigabyte, yeah, 1 gigabyte to 1.8 gigabyte. I think was the top that I seen on there. So I don't know why it's throttled so much between what it's transmitting and what my computer is actually receiving. I want to kind of do a little research into that and see what the issue is. See if there's something maybe, you know, on my computer that's doing it. I mean, I went to my task manager, I checked all that, checked to see what was using network, and there wasn't anything really using network. I mean, I don't even think the network usage got anywhere above 2%, honestly. So I'm not sure what's causing the serious drop, because I really would love to be able to use like all that 14 gigabytes of freaking transmitting um, data, you know, because that would definitely help me out in a lot of with a lot of applications that I do. You know, a lot of gaming and especially with the multiplayer and stuff like that. Because we all know we hate lag. The ping does suck on it too, because I was doing ping tests and I did one ping test on it, and one time it was 182, and that was freaking ridiculous. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? And then the rest of them, periodically I would do other ping tests and such like that, and it kind of averaged right around 115. Now that is a pretty high ping. Now when I went into Fortnite last night just to kind of check the game out and get my ass handed to me a couple times, which I did, I noticed the MS was pretty damn low. I think it was like 4 MS or 5 MS, somewhere's in that area. I mean, it fluctuates, of course. but it was low like that, really low like that. So I'm hoping for good things. I don't know what it's going to be like in Battlefield 5, Firestorm, or on Apex, but we're going to find out. Like I said before, I really want to get into that whole first-person shooter stuff. I enjoy it. The only reason why I don't play it is because I suck so bad at it. But then again, hey, you know what? Y'all might want to watch me suck so bad at it. So maybe I'll record all that stuff or live stream all that stuff as I'm learning and getting my ass handed to me by a bunch of 12-year-olds. Jesus Christ. And maybe y'all can watch me just hopefully get better as time goes on. Or maybe I'll just keep it all to myself because I don't want to show you how bad I suck. Look at all that snow up there. I don't know. Yeah, you guys can see it on those higher elevations up there. We are going to go over, what is it, Grapevine, I think, eventually. We're going to go over that mountain pass. I think it's Grapevine. That's a pretty big mountain pass there, man. I'll tell you, there's been a lot of trucks that have lost it back in the day, Which I'm surprised. A lot of these big overpasses like Donner, um, Grapevine, 4th of July Pass. A lot of these big mountain passes. I don't think this is Grapevine I'm going over. It's called something else, I think. I'll let you guys know when I get to it. But anyways, you go over these passes, go up these mountains and shit. Some of them are pretty damn curvy. Where the fuck's the guardrails? You know what I mean? There's like no guardrails. It's like, okay, you're just asking for me to go, for truckers to die, or even cars for that matter. I mean, put up some damn guardrails, man, so we don't fall to our death. Still hitting the vape. I did break down the other day, and I did buy a pack of cigarettes because my mod, I don't know, it was fucking with me. I think I eventually discovered that I think I got a couple bad batteries. So I put some different batteries in it, and it seems to be working again. But yeah, it wasn't working. It was working like periodically, and it kept screwing up. And so I did break down and buy a pack of cigarettes. I still have that same pack of cigarettes. I've only smoked a couple out of it. Been trying to stay on the vape, get off of those damn things. I find myself mainly having a cigarette like in the morning when I first get up. That nicotine craving is so strong early in the morning when you first get up. One of my vape juices is nicotine salts, and the salts gets the nicotine kind of into your system a little faster. So if I can keep my willpower up and stay off that cigarette and get a few hits off the vape with the nicotine salts, then I'm good to go. Eventually, I want to get off of it altogether, get away from the nicotine altogether. Eventually, once I kick the whole cigarette habit part to the point where it's just a nicotine habit, I'll eventually weed myself off of the vape as well. Slowly switch over to a zero nicotine vape juice, which I have three mods on the truck. My other two mods are just filthy as hell. I haven't used them for quite some time, so the juice that's in them, it just kind of just made everything so nasty. So I really got to clean the decks, take them all apart, and clean the bowls, and change out the wicks and all that kind of stuff. See, holding my phone helps a little bit, holding the mount. Sorry for the vibrating, guys. It's so I can figure something else out. I want the GoPro, but yet I don't want to buy just the cheap version GoPro. I want to get the one. I want to get one that's got all the bells and whistles, and it's going to be expensive. And there's a few other things that I need to get prior to that. All right, let's turn this a little bit and click that button. Hey guys, looking a little rough this morning, but I'll tell you the beard is looking beautiful. Isn't it? Isn't it beautiful? Beard is beautiful, isn't it? Kind of sucks. My gray's coming back through. I don't know, guys. What do you think? You think I should just let the grays come back? I don't know if some of y'all see me name my vids before I broke down and dyed my beard black. Just let the beard go back to gray. Or how about blonde? I thought about blonde, bleaching it blonde. At least the grays wouldn't show up so much if I did. It's kind of bright. Yeah, it ain't so bright. It's kind of a gloomy day today, this morning. Clouds. I'm really glad that I ain't running into no snow or anything like that. That's always a bonus. All right, let's switch you all back to the road. Let's do, where is it? There you are. Tighten that just a bit. There we go. Where are we at? We're in Baker City, Oregon. So I know I'm doing this live stream really freaking early on a Thursday, and I know a lot of you guys that might be watching it now are in school. I apologize for that you guys weren't able to see the live stream live. I hope you guys enjoy the recorded version of it. Okay. That'll give me another mount too. I think one of the reasons why it vibrates so bad is where I have it mounted. It's on my dash, but it's on a plate. It's like a little plastic piece that covers up some shit. I don't know what the fuck, how to explain it. But that piece kind of moves if you get too much weight on it. It's not 100% solid. And that also might be one of the reasons. Also, the fact that I do have an out of balance tire on my front steer tire. It's out of round, so it can't really be 100% balanced. Now, when I last month I had some really bad luck with tires. Bad luck with tires. I had to replace a steer tire on the passenger side. Had to replace 2 drive tires, and the guy took my driver's side steer tire off because I told him about the vibrating and that, and he just checked it out, and yeah, it's like way out of round. He did me a solid. They can only put up to 12 weights on the rim to balance it for DOT regulations. He put a couple extra in there, an extra 6. I'm not supposed to do that, but if you want, I'm like, all right, well, put another 6 in there. Let's see if we can get a little closer. So he did. which is pretty cool. So it doesn't vibrate as bad. Before, oh my god, dude. One of the reasons why I stopped to have my steer tires checked is because before the tires would warm up when I first started out, oh Jesus Christ, I swear to God, this truck was gonna fall apart. The whole front end was just shaking like crazy. It was ridiculous. So yeah, so I brought it in and had it checked, but yeah, so I spent probably. Oh, and I also had to replace a trailer tire. Of course, the trailer tire is not on me. That's on the company that owns the trailer, so they paid for that. But still, it was like for the tires, what 4, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, right around $1,300 just in steer tires or not steer tires, but in tires in general last month. That kind of hurt. Excuse me. Hey, if you like the vid, guys, don't forget to smash that like button, guys. I really would appreciate you guys hitting that like button if you're viewing this. It goes a long way for me. And if you're viewing this and you're not a subscriber, and if you enjoyed what you're seeing and you have fun, hit that sub button. I don't know if anybody's typed anything. Oh, there we go. Big Country. Sorry, Big Country. All right, yeah, you said hi. Farmer David said hi. I forgot that I can actually touch the bottom left corner of the phone and it'll bring up the bubbles. Somebody type something. Big Country, are you still there? You still watching? It was Big Country, right? Oh yeah, that was Big Country. Portland, 297 miles. I got 281 to get to this truck stop to get fuel. It's really cheap fuel at this truck stop. I don't know what it is. Oregon, the fuel is like really freaking cheap. Now, when I say cheap, it's not cheaper. It's not as cheap as some companies get. We got uh, being I'm leased on with the company I'm leased on with. Um, they get what's called network pricing. So I guess what they do is they talk to these corporations, the truck stops, corporations and such, and negotiate some prices, to get the driver better prices than what the actual pump says. And they kind of like make deals, like guarantee that you'll have this much traffic, this many gallons per month, or whatever the case may be. Um, so, like for instance, I think it's like $3 and I think it's like $3.20 a gallon out here on average, something like that. But I'm actually only going to be paying like 2.46 per gallon on average. Now that's not as cheap as some companies get. I know a buddy of mine that works for Prime. He's paying less than he's paying on average about $1.60. Yeah, $1.60 per gallon. But of course, Prime is a big ass freaking company, so they can negotiate better prices with these uh, truck stop truck stop corporations. A bit of a rougher road here. Getting a lot of jiggle going on the camera. I apologize for that, guys. I really do. Just not a whole lot I can do about it at this time. I gotta beat this truck to the exit. I think so. I hope this is recording right, by the way. It ain't sideways, is it? Anybody in chat tell me, is the recording sideways or is it recording correctly? Is the picture correct? I guess not recording, I guess live streaming. I know I had an issue with that once before that I did a live stream and the freaking thing was sideways instead of the orientation of the picture, you know. So if somebody in chat can actually tell me, that would be great. Or I guess I can go back and watch it later and edit it. Maybe I can edit it. Maybe can I turn it and edit in the edit? Hmm. She's all minty. All right, thanks, Arthur. Appreciate that, man. Thanks for getting back to me. Good. I think that was Arthur, right? Kind of hard to read. Arthur, yep. Farmer Davis says it's sideways. What? Arthur says she's all minty. Okay, now I'm confused. What's up with that? I'm going to trust Arthur being he's one of my moderators. Oh, this road's too dang bumpy for this. Try to stabilize it a little bit by holding on to the mount a little bit. It's not sideways. All right, thanks, Arthur. I mean, look at Oregon. Let's look at this, man. I mean, this is beautiful out here, man. The mountains. I mean, you can't see the mountains off to my left, but I mean, with the cloud layer there, this the snow caps on them, it's pretty. Did I really say pretty? I did say pretty. But yeah, I mean, I would love to live out here if it wasn't for the winters. The winters get pretty harsh. Yeah, I'd love to buy a cabin. I talked to my wife about buying a cabin like out in Montana or even Wyoming. But I don't know. The only time I'd ever go to the cabin is like during the summertime because there's a reason why I live down south where I live. Because I don't want to deal with the snow. I mean, I could deal with a little bit of snow. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm originally from Minnesota, so we get a lot. We got a lot of snow up in Minnesota, and it gets freaking cold as hell. and I can deal with a little bit of snow. So I mean, if where I'm living now, I'm sick of the heat, sick of the bugs, and all that kind of crap. So I kind of want to move a couple states north. Uh, I want 4 seasons again, but I don't want a ton of snow. I don't want to be out there shoveling. If it snows, I want it to melt by noon. I don't want to be out there freaking having to shovel anything. Powder River. Let's see. All right, doesn't look too powdery. There's water in it. Some of the names of these rivers that you come across, it's pretty funny. There's a river, I believe, coming across Wyoming, I believe. The name of the damn river is, what is it? Crazy Lady River or something like that. And I'm like, okay, how in the hell do you name a river Crazy Lady River? Was there a crazy lady that lived on the river at one time? Or did she name it? Or what? You know? I don't get some of the names of them. I think there was one that I came across too. It said Dried Up River or something to that effect. But yet it was a huge river full of water. It's like, okay, that didn't look too dry. I mean, it's like that river back there. Name of it, Powder River. Powder. Well, that would give the illusion that it's a dried up river. No, it had water in it. Quite a bit of water too. I swear, some of these names of cities, small towns, uh, counties, even. I swear they got to be drunk or stoned out of their gourd when they come up with these names. Oh, Farmer Dave, you said it's sideways on your phone. Yeah, that's your orientation issue. That's not what the stream is coming out as. Then you either got to turn your phone or go into your settings and change your phone orientation for videos, or lock. I think there's a lock rotation or something like that. Then you can turn your phone, and then it will be the correct orientation for your viewing pleasures. Hey, Big Country, did you get? I don't know if I asked you this before. Hey, did you get an invite to the Discord? I can't remember if I sent you one or not. Oh wait, Big Country's not on here. That's right. Arthur, you got one, right? Did you get an invite to my Discord, Demon's Dungeon? And Farmer David, how long have you been on the road? It's kind of a vague question. Are you talking about since the last time I've been home, or since for my career? Be more specific in that question. Also, for anybody that's interested, I do have a Twitch page now. Since you've been home. Since I've been home, I left the house March, what was it? March 5th, I think it was. I left the house. So a little coming up on a month here. I'll be going home. I'll be home by the 24th. But yeah, there is a Twitch page now. I do have a Twitch page. Not a whole lot of action going on. I just set it up last night, by the way. And of course, I bet you can guess the name of the Twitch page. It's Demon7631. Please go ahead and check that out if you guys have time. And if you want, hit that follow button. I'll be trying to put some activity on there, some game clips, general status updates, you know, where I am, what I'm doing, that kind of stuff. Maybe some short little Twitch records, getting to a truck stop, or, staring at my cell phone sitting in the bunk type of situation. I don't know. We'll come up with something. We'll get some activity on that Twitch page. Oh, this mod really needs to be cleaned. Every so often I take a hit of my vape, I get that burnt taste. It's getting pretty gnarly. Oh yeah, look at those coils. Those coils are pretty black. You gotta clean this. Maybe tonight we'll do that. Who knows? Maybe I'll even do a short vid on cleaning my mods, because I do have 3 mods that I actually really need to clean up. Change the wicks in so I can start using the other 2 as well. I like to have at least 2 of them with 2 different flavors in there. Like the one I'm doing now is what is it? It's like a grape bubblegum flavor. Yeah, more of a grape, but it's kind of a, I don't know if anybody's, back in the day we used to have Bubblicious as gum. It was a bubble gum. And it kind of reminds me of the grape Bubblicious gum. I don't know if they still have Bubblicious out. It was like a single wrapped square chunk of bubble gum. Almost like a Tootsie Roll shape. Used to chew the shit out of that. I love that gum. I don't know where we're at as far as, where's that other mountain? Okay, Oregon Trail Road. All right, I think we're getting close to that freaking big mountain pass I was talking about earlier. I got a full signal. Oh. Let me pass this truck real quick. I'm going to pass this truck and I'm going to show you guys the little jetpack, little thingamajigger I got. Give you an idea of what I was talking about. Get around this truck first. Anyways, this is the jetpack. That's all it is. All it does is data. And it says it's got full battery. I don't know if y'all can see that. Pretty glare, a lot of glare there. But yeah, it's a pretty neat little thing. I mean, for as small as it is, I like that it's small and I can take it anywhere. Like if I go camping or something along that line, can always have data, Wi-Fi. Most campgrounds nowadays have Wi-Fi, but yeah, it's nice to have. I got that. Now it cost me like $149 for the actual for the actual thing, and then it's $70 per month. $65. It drops to $65 a month when you set it up on automatic payment, which I've already done that for 65 bucks. If I can get unlimited data, fuck yeah, take that all day. And then yeah, it's be pretty cool. We might live stream tonight on a video game. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to see how I'm feeling because it's gonna be a kind of a long day for me here. I'm trying really hard to get these two stops off, and if I can get these two stops off, then. But it's gonna be a long day, I think. All right, let's switch you around. Back to that. We're gonna be coming into that mountain here pretty damn soon. I know we will. Come on, baby, pull the hill. North. Is that how the river got its name? Okay, I just noticed the river that we went by is called Powder River, but the town that I'm coming into, or that I'm in, or whatever the town limits of, it's called North Powder. Maybe that's how it got its name. They named it according to the town. Interesting. I guess that does happen from time to time. Whoop. All right, what do we got up here? Road work next 6 miles. Wonderful. Oh, hell yeah. Trying to keep a finger on the mount for my cell phone is trying to calm it down a little bit, otherwise it gets too out of control. The vibrating. All right, 60 mile an hour through this freaking construction shit. Can't afford these slowdowns like this. We're getting some rain. Got a few drops, mist on the windshield. Sorry about the crack, too. You got to see that crack in the windshield. 50? What the hell? Come on, people. Really? 50 miles an hour? All right, 3 miles. We're pretty light. Ain't got to worry about no damn downhill. Not with this light load. Only got like 8,000 pounds of product still on my truck. It's pretty light. Are we back live? I hope so. We lost signal there. Yeah, there we go. Farmer David, if you saw Ryler in real life, would you rip his face off? Would I rip his face off? Wow, so much hate, so much anger. Would I rip his face off? I don't think I'd rip his face off. I might rip his throat out. No, no, no. I might slap him in the back of the head. How about that? Give him a good swift slap in the back of the head. Yeah, we're in this canyon here. I think we're gonna be dropping signal periodically on the cell phone. So guys, if it disconnects, bear with it. I should be able to bring it back up as soon as we get signal back. I better slow this thing down. It's supposed to be 50 and I'm doing 60. Look at this. Look at that. Doesn't that look cool? It's so pretty. All these freaking cliffs off. There we go. Now we're back. Going through there, but we lost that signal pretty. Yeah. Glad you guys stuck around though. Well, like I was saying, I don't know if y'all heard me. If somebody wants to buy me a GoPro, some better quality freaking driving vids, please feel free. I'll be more than happy to set up a PO box. All right, so we just basically cut our way through a mountain there through that pass. Set the cruise neck up, kick back. That's not the big mountain pass that I was talking about. Oh, LaGrange. Okay, so we're in LaGrange. So it's coming up. The big mountain that we have to go over. It's somewhere's off in the far distance there. I want to say it's Grapevine. I'm not 100% sure if Grapevine's over here. I'm thinking Grapevine Pass though is over off of the I-5 over along the coast. Going into, yeah, that's Grapevine over there. From coming out of California, going into Oregon, or coming out of Oregon, going into California. I think that's Grapevine. I can't remember this one up here. It's part of the Oregon Trail. Why is my cruise not? Oh, so my cruise set at 55. That's too slow. Let's go. But yeah, so this is all part of the Oregon Trail that we're on from back in, the Western days. If you think about your history. Of course, it wasn't a paved road back then. And supposedly, if you go out to the actual trail that cuts through here, you can still see the roots in the ground that were made from the wagons, which is kind of cool, in my opinion. I kind of like that old shit, the history of it. And then this pass I keep talking about, this mountain pass that we're going to go over, it's all part of the Oregon Trail as well. So these people had to go over, going west into Cali or coming over here to the west to get over the Rockies. It's amazing if you think about it. Back in the day, back in the 1800s and shit, when the big push from the east to go to the west, go over to the west, the crap that these people had to go through, I mean, just think about it, like Donner. Donner Pass. The big thing about Donner, the Donner family that went over the mountains there and got trapped in that big snowstorm. And so many of them died, and they ended up having to eat the dead to survive. And that's a real thing. If you go and look it up, at the Donner people, the Donner Group or whatever it's called. That's how it got its name, because it was a Donner Group. Um, it got so cold, so much snow that they were trapped on top of the mountain in the Rockies down there. Um, and they ran out of food and everything. That they had to resort to cannibalism in order to survive. I mean, you got to be pretty hard up, but I don't know, man. I mean, could you do that? I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could eat, Sarah. Sarah just died, fresh meat. Let's carve off a chunk off her leg. I don't know, man. It's pretty hard up. But that survival mode, I guess, kicks in. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, I guess, to survive. But damn, I don't know, man. It's like that plane crash for that soccer team. That got, I think it was in the Alps. Their plane crashed, and they were trapped up there for what, 3 weeks or some crazy shit. Excuse me. And yeah, they resorted again to cannibalism to survive. They had to eat. Once they ran out of the plane's the peanuts, little packs of peanuts to get on the plane. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Could any of you guys do that? Could you guys do that? If you were stranded like that, and people died, could you resort to eating a person just to survive? And then think about, after the fact, you're gonna have to explain that. If and when you get rescued or whatever, and they find the bodies and they see chunks carved out of them or whatever, you gotta explain, hey, we had to eat them. I hear we taste like chicken. The Grange City Center. We're getting close. That mountain pass is out just outside of this city. Not too far. Now I'm getting kind of hungry. Whoa, there's a gust of wind. The other sucky thing about being this light is the wind, man. Holy fuck, you really gotta watch it. I've been pretty lucky on this trip. I ran into some wind in Wyoming when I dropped my first drop off, but then I took a 34-hour reset there at the truck stop in Cheyenne. And once that was done, the wind died down considerably. So I've been pretty lucky with the wind. There was a couple hairy moments there when that wind was gusting, boy. Look in my rearview mirror and can't see the one side of my trailer, but I look in the other mirror and I see my freaking trailer damn near going sideways, because the wind's blowing it so hard, or it's rocking back and forth from the gusts. Little butt pucker moments. I think we're going to be coming into the foothills of the mountain that we got to go over here. See, I hate drivers like this. Now, this truck, I was passing him. And I come over here to pass him, and he speeds up. So now I got to speed up to get around him. Because he's going to be a dick. and ought to be fucking slapped in the head for being stupid. And shit like that, man. It's like, okay, the other truck's gonna pass you because you're driving slower. Just let the truck get around you. Why do you gotta be a dick? All right, I don't know if we're gonna lose signal when we're going over this, but we may. It's a tight corner. So if we do, bear with me. Bear with the channel. We'll be hitting the reconnect button to reconnect it. Oh, tight corner. Tight corner. Little fast. There we go.